Hello everybody! Today we're going to unbox and take a close-up look at the Razer Viper Mini, do a button click test and plug it in to see it light up. So let's first take a look around the outside of the box. So in this box is a Razer Viper Mini gaming mouse. It is the smallest of the Razer Viper family of gaming mice. So it features Chroma RGB underglow, has an ultra lightweight 61 gram ambidextrous design, has infrared optical sensors, and a Speedflex cable. And here are some detailed technical specifications in the form of dimensions as well as detailed features. And taking a look at the back of the box, there is a list of features of this Viper Mini gaming mouse. So it does have an 8500 dpi optical sensor, onboard memory profile, as well as 6 programmable buttons. Okay, so now let's go ahead and open up the box. But of course, cutting apart the sticky seal that's keeping the box securely closed. And let's slide the inner box packaging out and making sure there's nothing else left in the box packaging. And we can set the external box packaging on the right hand side of the frame. And taking a look around this box, and we can see that there is a set of papers there. So we'll set that on the left hand side of the frame and continue to remove the contents from this inner card packaging. And setting the mouse right down and just making sure, checking thoroughly that there's nothing else hidden or tucked away in this inner card packaging. Okay, and just setting the Razer Viper Mini on the tabletop along with the booklet that comes with it. So let's start off by first taking a look at this booklet. And opening the booklet up, and there is a Razer sticker in there, or decal. Let's set it there for now, and just opening up this booklet to show you the information that's contained within it. So it does fold out to several panels. You can see 8 panels on one side, and of course 8 panels on the reverse side. Okay, and let's take a close-up look at the details in this user manual or user guide. So right there, for your reference purposes, the information contained within this booklet. And on the reverse side is information in other languages. Okay, so let's set that booklet down, and on the right hand side of the frame, together with the external box packaging, and we've taken a quick look at this holographic sticker. Let's set it down on the right hand side of the frame, right there at the top, and then moving right along, of course, we have the Razer Viper Mini itself. Let's slide the mouse out from its protective packaging, and of course checking through to make sure nothing else is left in there. And there, a nice good look before I start handling the Razer Viper Mini. So setting it in the middle of the frame right there. And of course, the mouse measures 118.3 millimeters long and 53.3 millimeters wide, and it measures 38.3 millimeters thick or high or tall. So 118.3, 53.5, and 38.3. So obviously 58.5 would be at, or I beg your pardon, 53.5 would be at the widest point right there. So 53.5, 118.3, and 38.3. So you can see right there the size of the mouse along with its USB cable. So it is a Speedflex cable that's designed with friction reduction in mind so that it doesn't drag when you move or maneuver the mouse. So let's start off by, of course, taking a look at the USB cable up close at the plug end, but just giving you one more look as it is right there. And of course resting the mouse in my palm just to give you some sense of the size, which I normally do. And of course right there. And in terms of weight, it is very, very light in weight. That was my initial impression, just removing the mouse from its box packaging. Okay, so let's start off, as I said, by taking a look at the plug cable. And before we do that, let's undo the silicone cable tie, which is quite nice to see right here, just trying to give you a nice close-up look. So you can see that it is reusable right here, this broad silicone cable tie. Okay, so we're just going to set that down right there, and then of course moving back to the mouse itself at the USB cable end, the plug end, and of course before I do that, always showing the length of the cable, which is good to know. So right there is the length of the Speedflex cable as best that I can show it in the frame of the video, of course, right there. Giving you some idea of the length of this mouse cable, which is a Speedflex cable that's designed with minimal drag in mind. So now let's take a look at the USB plug end of this Speedflex USB cable. So you can see it does have a regular type A USB plug. However, it does have that really fluorescent green color to the inner part of this USB cable. And of course it does have the Razer branding as well, as you can see right there. And just giving you a complete look at this plug-in design of this Speedflex cable of the Razer Viper Mini. And right there, showing you the flex, so it is semi-stiff right there, giving you a look. And made from pretty hard plastic, but feels pretty strong and light in weight. And the Speedflex cable, giving you a look, close-up look as to the design. So it does have a braided design, but however it is very unique in terms of the braiding or texture or braid pattern or weave pattern right there, just giving you a look there. So obviously the feature of this cable being a Speedflex cable, it's designed to glide along your tabletop or gaming surface very, very smoothly. Let's give you as best I can a close-up look right there at this Speedflex cable. Okay, so right there, that length of that cable just running right along and all the way right through. And let me just try and straighten out the cable as best I can from its packaged state. Okay, and just giving you another look of the mouse on its own with my hands out of the way, and this time of course with the cable more or less unfurled or unwound right there. Okay, so taking a close-up look at this Razer Viper Mini gaming mouse. I'm just going to do some tidying up of the background so it doesn't interfere with the focus on the foreground. So as you can hear, it sounds rather plasticky, and of course that helps with keeping the weight down of this gaming mouse. 61 grams being ultra light in weight. And just giving you a look right there and the various aspects of this gaming mouse. You can see towards the back end is the Razer logo, and of course it does have a symmetrical ambidextrous design. And that matte finish with the high gloss, shiny contrast and accents between the main panels of the mouse. So you can hear as I drag my nail along the surface of the mouse, giving you some sense of the texture and material of this gaming mouse. And now just running my finger along the surface. And taking a look at the underside of this mouse, it's nice to see that it does have very large feet or skates, and they are made of PTFE, providing a very, very good glide. So even though this is the Mini, it doesn't really look all too small. Still pretty regular appearing in terms of size. Right there, just giving you one look there. And of course the 30-degree aspect of it, right there. And in terms of glide, it is super smooth with those very large PTFE skates or feet. Super smooth to glide, and of course that lightweight does help as well in terms of having a very floaty or light, effortless movement with this mouse. And of course just giving you a look right there with my hand covering the mouse in different positions. Okay, now let's do a click test of this gaming mouse. So it does have 6 buttons altogether, and of course that scroll wheel as well. And of course the buttons are a very, very advanced infrared optical switched buttons. So let's press on those buttons, starting with the left button. And then the right button. It does have a very large detection area, as you can see, just pressing towards the rear part of the mouse, and it is still clicking away with the right and left clicks. So right there, giving you some idea right there to the sections and responsiveness and contact areas of this gaming mouse. And of course, there is the scroll wheel as well. So the scroll wheel does have a rubber or silicone coating on it, providing grip, and you can see that it does have horizontal knobs right across, evenly spaced around the entire scroll wheel. And clicking on the scroll wheel right now, it does have a very small movement and actuation right there. So not much travel at all. And scrolling it backwards and forwards, to and fro. And let's try that DPI button. And let's press several of the buttons together. Just to give you some idea of the sound and noise that this mouse with the infrared optical sensors make. So the optical sensors, I believe, only apply to the left and right mouse buttons. And of course, the last two buttons that we have yet to try out are the backwards and forwards buttons. Of course, those are the default operations, and they can be programmed for other uses. And of course, let's try the mouse on the tabletop, as the sound will sound different with my hand covering it, and of course on a surface as well. So that's the left click, right click, DPI button, scroll wheel, scroll click, and of course back button, forward button, and a mixture of button presses right there. Giving you some idea as to the noise and sounds that this mouse makes. And of course, trying to show you in various styles of grip. And once again, that very, very smooth glide with the TPFE mouse feet or skates right there on the underside of the mouse. Okay, so now there's only one thing left to do now that we've tested all the buttons, the scroll sound, and the noises that they make. So let's plug the USB Speedflex cable into my laptop that I have on the side, and you can see the mouse Chroma RGB underglow illuminating immediately. And just leaving the mouse down, giving you some idea of the lighting that this mouse provides. Of course, the mouse buttons sensitivity as well as the Chroma RGB underglow can all be customized using the Razer Synapse 3 software, which you can download and tweak to your requirements or preference. Now giving you a close-up look right here of the Razer Viper Mini plugged in and with the Chroma RGB underglow showing, and with the Razer logo illuminated as well. And you can see just the back part of the mouse has that underglow, and of course that logo as well. And you can see the color just cycling through very smoothly and very subtly from one color to the next. So it does have 16.8 million colors altogether, which is customizable using that Synapse 3 software. And giving you a closer up look right there as the color changes with a very smooth transition or graduation from one color to the next. And once again, setting the mouse down. Very smooth. And let's do a click test once again. just showing you the mouse with its very effortless glide with the Speedflex cable and very smooth gliding TPFE skates or pads right there. The Razer Viper Mini. And just doing a full rotation of the mouse so you can have a nice clear look in one go. As to the overall design and shape of the smallest version, which is the mini version of the Viper family of gaming mouse from Razer. And let's take a front-on view once again. And a close-up look right there of the details of this Razer Viper Mini gaming mouse. So that's the Razer Viper Mini gaming mouse. Thanks for watching and happy gaming!